Hello, Alessandro Nacci. You are the CEO of Sofia, Italian-based company active in the prop tech industry, the smart locking. You are a close collaborator, and you work closely with a big group in Italy, which is called ISEO, which is a partner of the Coworking Europe conference. And you are massively investing in the coworking industry. You see a lot of things which are happening there. But first of all, maybe can you introduce us to Sofia and your activities?
Yeah. First, thank you for this opportunity and for being here today. We started the journey of Sofia 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. Sofia is actually a spin-off of another company that is specialized into the IoT, so the Internet of Things, and the cloud-native software. So mm-hmm. we come from the full software and the modern software era. And the other company is actually a consultancy company creating technology for big customers, basically. But then we decided to start with a new product, okay, taking our competencies and putting them inside one product. We looked around and we saw that actually there was a very nice opportunity inside the access control market, mm-hmm. because the technology that was at the base of those solutions was designed 10, 20 years ago. So we decided to restart it from scratch, putting them there, what we know. So technology coming from the Internet of Things. We started looking for a hardware manufacturer, and we looked and we found basically ISEO, okay? Mm-hmm. That is a very nice company. They are out there since more than 50 years, and they started doing electronic lock 10 or 15 years ago. So this collaboration board, they are working very well on the hardware side, and we are putting this digital solution. So, and we came up with this new advanced solution that is getting the advantage of the Internet of Things inside the access control. And so basically our story.
So it's a software rather that is connected to some hardware that is implemented, installed in the doors. And you can manage or you access the people who have the access through the smartphone. That's basically it, is it?
That's it's a very basic way to describe it. Mm-hmm. It's right. The good thing is that actually putting inside this new generation of software, you get all the advantages of a new generation of software based on the internet, basically. So we virtualize everything. So you do not need to put any wire around your building. So also doing retrofitting is very, very easy. So you just take the lock, put inside the door. The lock is connected to the internet, and you can remotely manage thousands and thousands of locks around. If you have customers all around Europe. So from one single point, you can manage many, many buildings, mm-hmm. in a full digital way. That means that, for instance, you can do something like you have your co-working website. Your potential customer goes through a marketing funnel, purchase a subscription, and directly after a PayPal payment, get a virtual key to enter the office directly with the smartphone. And this is a full automation done through our software, basically.
Do you work and operate also for meeting room bookings and short-term access?
Absolutely, yes. Co-working is one of our markets. We have a solution specifically designed for actually shared resources, and meeting room is one of the shared resources you can have. Mm. But since we have locks also for any kind of door, you can also book like a shared bike inside a campus, okay, and get the bike if you want. And we operate generally in flexible spaces. So also co-living is actually a sector for us, or flexible retail. It's a new trend. It's something that we are working on. Co-working was the first big market we were working on, however.
And with which kind of co-working operators do you operate and work usually? Is it mainly Italian providers? Is it all around Europe? Is it big and small? Is it or is your market looking?
Yeah, actually we are looking for the European market. Today we are provider for few international co-working network. I can cite like the Talent Garden one is one of the biggest in Europe, and we are also provider from for one of the most real estate funds, and we are working with them into creating this new innovative co-working and pro-working actually network. Okay, so we are working with big players all around Europe because our technology is helping them in reducing their operational costs, because basically they can digitalize everything. And the other side, they can do new business models like, I don't know, dynamic pricing on the meeting room booking. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So, what we say is that since these kind of buildings these kind of businesses are actually selling the entrance into a space, you need to think to the access control not as something that is only for the security, but is actually what enables you to do your business. And we help our customer also into this design phase, because we understood that it's not just a matter of technology, it's technology and business together. This is doing actually what we think is doing a real digital transformation. So during our collaboration with the customers, we have a team that helps the customer in understanding how the business of the customer works. We do what we call a co-design process to understand which is the right software solution and the right hardware solution that fit the customer need to realize the specific business case. So please.
How do you integrate with other platforms? Because there is a lot of booking platforms. There are a lot of co-working space management platforms in the market. Do you integrate with them? Because meaning that you take into account the business model means also that you need to your system has to speak with the booking system and the purchase system and and everything which is connected with the business side of the activity. Also, where are you on that side?
Yeah, the system was born for integrations.
Yeah.
So it's very simple. If you go on developers.sofialocks.com, we have the open API. So doing the integration is very, very easy. So we are welcome to doing this integration with third-party partners. We have integration with this management platform also, and we are open also to custom integration for the customer. So integration is essential for us, because actually doing integration means at first doing integration of data, and data are actually the way you do business today. Okay, so we designed the entire system starting from that point of view.
And because listening to you, and we know that this is a fear that some co-working operators have, is that the real estate owner, as far as they can rely on technology providers such as you, do they need still to have a co-working operator in-house in order to manage the flexibility of the space they want to bring, especially now that we are now figuring out that the workforce will be more distributed, and that it's less about the old model, but moving to new optimized model and flexibilized model for offices and buildings that are logically there for the workforce. So how do you address that? Can you skip allow the real estate owner skip the service provider?
Okay, so what we do here, I mean, I can talk about what we have done so far. Okay, so we are working with very big real estate owners. Some of them are already into this new need of integrating this kind of solution. We are working like this. On the one side, there is Sofia, which is a small company that is thinking about the service, the software, and everything that is about flexibility. On the other side, we have ISEO, that is a very established company that is there to provide the presence, the history, and the fact that you can rely on that. So we have, on the one side, the fact that we are reliable, thanks to ISEO. The hardware is done from a company that is there since many, many years ago. On the other side, we are agile, we are flexible from the software side. That is what you need on the software side. So this combination is actually the key, our key of our success today. From the building owner, what we say is that actually, since our hardware is very simple to install, remove, and move to another building, it's actually not a big deal to try the solution, see if it is good, it is fine for you, and if it is not, you can move it into another building or split across many buildings. So also the investment required is not so big, and starting with like POC or testing in few buildings is very, very easy. So we are, again, we partner with our customer, and we know that we need to do this kind of path with them to explore the potentiality of this technology. So we start from maybe a small project, okay, and we start building with the customer the history and the business case they need. I don't know if I answered to your question.
Yes, the question was maybe also from your experience and how the feedbacks you get from the market. You as a provider, do you believe that the service provider, I mean, providing with a service, with the hospitality, with this layer, of course, with the technology to allow the flexibility, do you still see the value in that? Or do you see also that some building owners say, okay, we don't need that. We just want to get rid of the, you know, the guy at the entrance and let the people flow in and out the way they want, and that's it. What's your experience and your vision on that?
Yeah, what you're saying is true. There is a part of the market that is reasonably like that, but the market is changing rapidly. What is happening? Real estate, especially on the commercial side, they were using to rent entire floors to single customers. Okay, so they had to manage very few things. They had one customer maybe for 20 years, always the same, no thoughts about that. Now the history is changing. They need to manage the entire facility. Maybe they have to manage many floors. They have shorter rental contracts, so they have a lot of things to manage. What happens that their margins are reducing. So if you want to stay on the market, you need to compensate this margin reduction somehow. How? You need to have a more efficient way to manage your building on the one side. So you need to introduce this kind of technology. So even if you do not want today, there will be a day where you will discover that actually you need it. Yeah. On the other side, since many of your buildings are going to convert to be flexible, these operators are going to face the fact that they have to manage a multitude of buildings, huge number of buildings, and they are not structured to manage so many different buildings together. So they need technologies like Internet of Things and cloud native systems to centralize the management in one single point and automate via software all the possible things they can automate. So I think it's just a matter of few years. If the market is going forward like we are seeing, and actually the pandemic situation is accelerating this trend, I think that things are going to change the next year just because operators need to have more margins, reducing operational costs. It's my personal view, but I think I mean it's what we are betting on.
But you see the value in the co-working operators still. That they are an important link in the whole chain that is now building up.
They are essential, especially because also because of this pandemic situation. Yeah. Big cities are going to have less offices. People will start working remotely, but maybe they cannot work from home every day. There are kids, you do not have enough space, there is noise around the home, the television of the other kids. I mean, it's a mess working from home. Yeah. Not everybody can work. So they need a small space, maybe close to their home. So co-working, I mean, in our vision, will be very important, but the problem is that they are going not to be in cities, in big cities. They are going to be outside. So managing those spaces outside is more complicated than before, where was concentrated on big cities. So again,
the density of the market. Yeah.
Right. Again, we are back into the discussion we were doing before. So we are seeing many trends that are going into the same direction, and that this is the reason why we are investing so much into the co-working sector. We think it's the future, not just because of a matter of for the sake of innovation, of what we call random innovation. I mean, there are some pillars, there are some fundamentals, economic fundamentals that are explaining what is going on. So this is the reason of our, our company.
Brilliant. Just to end, what do you see as a challenge for the prop tech industry in the coming couple of years, maybe? Because yeah, we all say that it's like Fantasia land, that everything will be great for the prop tech industry. Do you see some pitfalls or some issues that could come still and make the whole story a little bit grayer than we expect it to be?
Yeah. I think that the most important one is about how you do the distribution of network. What I mean, PropTech, it's not an evolution; it's actually a revolution, because products are basically do the same, okay, as before. What we say generally is that we think about access control. Our system does the same thing of old access control. We open doors, okay. But it's true also that PayPal and wire transfers do the same, but in a completely different way. So we love explaining us as the PayPal of access control versus wire transfer and old access control. Okay, we use this metaphor. Yeah. Doing this, this revolution, it's a problem because the way you deliver technology and plans to the building, it's done today in a very established way. So there is a process you have to follow, and all the players into this flow are actually working with what they know. And I understand that changing something there is very dangerous for them. So the most difficult part will be to train the entire value chain, okay, into these technologies, explaining not only to the final customer, but to everybody into the value chain, the advantages, which are the risks, because obviously, if you bring some advantages, you are going to have also other risks. As usual, there's not that perfect solution, okay? But this train and these also changing in the mind of the people that are working to this field, I think it's the most difficult things to do today.
Yes, that the risk is that we keep some weak links in the whole value chains,
right?
And that make the system whole a little bit more shaky than it should be at the end.
Right.
Awesome. Great talk. Thank you so much, Alessandra, for the insight, and we look forward to meet you and speak with you at the Coworking Europe conference in November.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks for your time. Bye.